To get people to buy from your ads, you need to get them to pay attention to it first. It doesn't matter how good your offer is if they don't stick around to hear about it. I'm Zalan. I managed over $2.1 million of ad spend last year, and when I create ads, I obsess over the hook. The hook is what stops people in their tracks and pay attention to your ad. In this video, I'm going to break down 4 of my favorite types of hooks with examples. Ready? Let's go. Number 1, my absolute favorite is labeling. This is the easiest and one of the most effective hooks you can make. Fundamentally, it's just verbally and or visually calling out who your ad is for specifically. The key here is on specificity. An example would be starting your ad by saying, "Divorced moms of Manhattan, this one's for you." Notice how I didn't just say moms. You want the person to think, that's definitely for me. What is this ad about? Here's why it works. The message feels personal. You know it's made for you. Just imagine if you were watching TV and suddenly you hear an ad that starts with your first and last name. Would you skip channels? Of course not. But since we can't name every person by name in an ad, we do the closest and best thing, which is calling them a label that they identify as. Here's how to do it. Start your ad with a word or set of words putting people into a group. These include features, traits, titles, places, and other descriptors like divorced moms or remote workers, or I'm looking for athletes in Houston. Pro tip, if you're local, people automatically identify with the area that they live in. Use it. Also, the more local, the better. Think from Americans to New Yorkers to people living in Manhattan to living in Hell's Kitchen. If you live in Hell's Kitchen, you immediately think this ad can affect you, so you pay attention to it. My second favorite type of hook is if-then statements. If they fit the criteria, then you can help them. For example, if you're a coach spending $20K per month on ads, we will guarantee your ROAS. That's one example. So why it works is first you label them, then you tell them the dream outcome. It identifies the person and gives a clear picture of what outcome they can expect. All of that plus it involves an element of scarcity because it doesn't just feel like it's for everyone. It feels like it's specifically made for them, not available for others. Here's how to make if-then statements. Identify your target avatar, which is during the first half of the statement, and then tell them the dream outcome that they will experience. Identify who you're talking to and tell them why it's worth it to keep listening. That's the whole concept here. My third favorite type of hook is just statements. A statement that your target avatar will find interesting enough to keep listening to. There are many potential examples of vast variety here, so here's a few. One would be how to get 3 times the leads for your clinic, or you're being lied to about weight loss. Here's why it works. It works because you're using curiosity to keep them engaged. Here's how you do them. First, you can't be afraid to divide people. You can't write something that everyone agrees with or cares about because it just doesn't create curiosity. The statement needs to be inherently interesting to your avatar. If they hear it, they need to think immediately, I wonder where this leads to. The way you create these hooks is honestly just testing a bunch. We'd love to give you a better answer, but try looking at past hooks, proven hooks, maybe some that your industry uses, your competitors, market leaders, or just brainstorm with AI. Number 4, my fourth favorite type of hook is commands. You command the audience what they need to do if they experience something, and that something is usually pain. For example, listen to this if your back is killing you while working out. Here's why it works. You show authority. People don't tend to question authoritative people as often. Plus, some people just like being told what to do without having to make a decision. So to create these hooks, you start with the action they'll need to take. It can be listening, clicking on an ad, for example, applying to your program, buying your product. Then you lay out the criteria that qualifies them as someone who should take action. Here's a pro tip. If you change the order, it practically gives you 2 hooks for just 1. So listen to this if your back is killing you while working out becomes, if your back is killing you while working out, listen to this. Test which one works better. The numbers will tell you. Number 5, a bonus point on what makes the best hooks. So the best hook is something that makes it clear who's it for, what they're going to get, and that thing has a high probability of happening or low risk. If you have an offer that fits all this criteria, it becomes your hook because it is inherently interesting. For example, recently I crafted an offer that was a success from day one. It was for a local client selling high-end niche perfumes. The offer was really simple but unique to the city that it was in. So the offer was free fragrance consultation. So here, the free removes the risk. The fragrance signals that it's for people in the market for new perfumes. And consultation is a container word for basically, we will help you find the best scent for you personally. A pro tip to this is to use container words to tell people what your product or service does shorter. Container words are just bundled terms expressed as one word. For example, if you say incubator, people know it's a series of programs/initiatives designed to improve something. Other container words, for example, are challenge, consultation, bootcamp, blueprint, the list goes on. All right, let's recap what we learned. If you want ads that actually get attention, your hook is everything. Today we covered 4 powerful hook styles you can start testing immediately. First is labeling, where you directly call out your target audience. Second is if-then statements. This is where you qualify the viewer and promise a clear outcome. Third is statements, which spark interest, curiosity, and make people want to keep watching. Fourth is commands, where you tell the viewer exactly what to do if they have a specific problem. And remember, sometimes the best hook is simply just a killer offer that removes risk and makes people curious instantly. Test these types of hooks in your ads, let the data tell you what works, and keep refining. If you found this helpful, subscribe for more videos about running ads and creating campaigns that actually convert.